Shalom, Yasharala. This your brother Dawada from GMS St. Petersburg, Florida, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you all can push in this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here quick little lesson. Basically, this is going to be a video showcase of the Mark of the Beast system and technology being implemented today. All right now, as we speak, and as they have the plans and everything to come down the pipeline within really the next 6-7 years. They plan on having all this ready to go in the next 5. They got it ready to go now, but they ready, to say, look, in the next 6 years, we're gonna look back like, damn, we're in a whole new phase right now. All right, so hey. Now is the time to measure the time real diligently, knowing that, hey, salvation is nearer than what we believe, man. This could be the year where all things pop up. This could be the year of Jacob's trouble, man. The year of the implementation of the chip, man. As we see all these things coming to pass, man. So, we need to do our due diligence. But nevertheless, we're going to just jump into the scriptures here. Like I said, it's going to be followed by some videos afterwards. So, like I said, I'm going to read these scriptures and then I'm going to stop the video and edit it out, so it'll just be one video. But nevertheless, jumping into Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now going back up, let me just touch on the word mark here. The word mark is charagma, which means like something that's engraved, an engraven image, something that's let me get it real quick. The word is charagma, but it's something that's basically engraved inside, like when they take those syringes and inject that RFID chip inside of you. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark, thing carved, a sculpture, a graven work. All right. Also, like they would brand horses and things, like the mark branded upon horses, a showing of ownership and property. All right. It says he caused all. Now you'll see in these videos how the American system is tracking all moving objects. The Chinese system is tracking pretty much everybody. All right. And you'll see how everything is being implemented. Also, you'll see in the Agenda 2045 video how they have basically everybody allotted for in this system. All right. And they plan on having all this up and ready to roll, going into phase 2 by 2021. All right. And basically have everything ended by 2030. All right. So in 11 years, they plan on having everything all the way completed done. All right. It says he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark. All right. And as you'll see in some of these videos, that really is more or less like an authentication. You're not going to be able to authenticate anything to be able to use any of your utensils. You'll be living in a smart house with a smart refrigerator and smart water, a smart sink and everything like that, man. Imagine having a refrigerator full of groceries, but you done been outcast. You can't open up your own refrigerator. You'll see in some of these videos how you can't buy property, you can't travel, you can't get jobs, can't do certain things. If you get so-called blacklisted, how much more when you can't use your own resources. All right. So from there, we're going to go to the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. All right. So, this is how it all ends. The Most High is going to disappoint they whole plans and everything that they got going. Because why? They plan on getting what they call Agenda 2045 in full effect, and this started way back in 2010, 2011. All right. And they plan on having this all pretty much done by 2035. You know what I'm saying? And selling into the sunset by 2040. All right. 2045. That's when they be planning on selling the sunset. Like, yo, we got everything good to go. Boom. We set to go. But what? The Most High is about to disappoint his devices. All right. And when is he going to disappoint his devices? All right. Because we see he's rolling it out now. When is all this going to end? All right. This is Job chapter 20. Actually, well, since we got some times, we're going to go to verse 10. Speaking on these Edomites, it says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Yeah, right now you see these Edomites, like in one of the videos you'll see, we got to figure out how we can get this to the low income people, the more impoverished people. So they trying to serve us with this technology. You'll see that in one of the videos. I just wanted to touch on that. But it says his bones are full of sin from his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Just like the scriptures say, the wicked are estranged from the wounds, or the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go forth telling lies basically when they be born, you know. It says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but he keep it still within his mouth. You know, basically his wickedness. Yeah, we trying to do this to help out everybody, make everything more convenient and more efficient and save money, go green. But really, he trying to enslave every damn body. All right. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is gall of ass within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Most High shall cast him out of his belly. So yeah, he swallowed down riches, all the resources of the planet Earth. And now he trying to take everybody in captivity, have everybody serve him. But what he said he swallowed them all down, but he gonna vomit them all back up. It says, verse 16, he shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for, shall he restore. All right, so all the different things, all his agendas, all these different things he's working for, he's going to have to pay all that back. All his plundering, rape, robbing, and murdering. Hey, man, he's going to have to give all that back up. All right. It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein. So according to all the things that he got to pay all that back. All right. And the scriptures say that and much more. He got to pay back double. It says, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away a house which he builded not. Surely, you know, still in all these other countries, you know, surely, and resources and people. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. All right. Basically, just like a man in a bar drinking, taking too many shots, you know, all that alcohol you didn't consume, you're not going to be able to keep that in your belly. You didn't drink too much. Or all that food you didn't consume, you're not going to be able to keep that down. You ate way too much. All right. It says, verse 21. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it upon him while he is eaten. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike him through. So what? That's basically giving a, you know, like a time frame is we can measure the time diligently. We see Gog and Magog being prepared and preparing themselves and the other nations with them. We see America's allies turning on them. We see these nukes coming out. So we know that the nukes is the end game. All right. We see Jake waking up. You know what I'm saying? We know that that's the end game prophecy. We know the RFID chip is the end game prophecy. So what? When he's about to fill his belly at the end all be all, when he's about to finish everything up, you know, and, you know, so-called enjoy the benefits of what he done labored for, what? That's when he gonna get struck through with these nukes. That's when everything gonna rain down on him. So as we can measure the time diligently, hey man, the quicker he implement this RFID chip and this mark of the beast system, the quicker we'll be up out of here. All right. Lord willing, this here be the year that he implement that. All right. So stay tuned for the videos that's gonna be on the backside. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, but it'll basically be all in one video. All right. So stay tuned.
To focus on the technologies of the future: nanotechnology, biotechnology, information technology, cognitive technology, genetics, and robotics. Doing so will allow us to find new sources of energy, create fundamentally new architecture and transportation, allow unprecedented developments of human cognitive abilities, refine artificial intelligences and brain-computer interfaces, simulate complex systems, create humanoid robots and cyborgs, and with the help of nanorobots, we may develop manageable matter. Find ways to transfer one's personality to an artificial carrier. Yet what nanorobots, we may develop manageable matter. Find ways to transfer one's personality to an artificial carrier.
Transfer your soul. All right.
Yet what we need is not just another technological revolution, but a new civilizational paradigm. We need new philosophy and ideology, new ethics.
Need to get rid of the scriptures and have new ideology.
New culture and new psychology, and even new metaphysics. We must spontaneously? Culture, there is no evolutionary vocabulary and rhetoric. To break the deadlock, the Russia 2045 movement was founded. It is a mega project intended to reach new heights and meanings. We intend to create a new vector for civilization, aimed at constant human development and evolution. As happened with the mega projects of the last century, the nuclear and the space programs, we integrate the latest discoveries and developments from the sciences: physics, energetics, aeronautics, bioengineering, nanotechnology, neurology, cybernetics, cognitive science. May everlasting spiritual ideals and values help us avoid going astray. Our project will give new meanings to the millions of people on Earth. Will become a
give new meanings to the millions of people on Earth. Amen. Our purpose is to fear the Most High, to follow the Most High's commandments. You see what I'm saying? Fear the Most High and follow His commandments.
Results of their joint creativity, and will lead us out of the impasse, away from the murder of nature and physical death.
Away from murder and physical death. Away from what? So-called judgment of the Most High. These Edomites think they slick, man.
Forward to the realm of freedom and creativity, to the depths of the ocean and to the stars, to the infinite universe of our inner world. Our forecast for the next 40 years. February 2012. Global Future 2045 Congress is held in Moscow. It is a debate platform for discussion of our civilization's prospects for development. 2012 to 2013, the global economic and social crises are exacerbated. The debates on the global paradigm of future development intensifies. New transhumanist movements and parties emerge. Russia 2045 transforms into World 2045. Simultaneously, the 2045.com international social network for open innovation is expanding. Here, anyone interested may propose a project, take part in working on it, or fund it, or both. In the network, there are scientists, scholars, researchers, financiers, and managers. 2013 to 2014. New centers working on cybernetic technologies for the development of radical life extension rise. The race for immortality starts. 2015 to 2020. The avatar.
Now, 2015 to 2020. All right. Mind you, we just turned into what, 2019. All right. So 1 year after this is when this here phase ends. So we already in this here phase now. All right. It might not be apparent into the open, public that all these technologies is already here and they're already doing this stuff. But nevertheless, when Esau's telling you about stuff like this, it's already there. It's already been tested. It's been proven. They're ready to roll it out. Now, as you see from 2020 all the way up to, I think, 2030 or something like that, they're going to go through about all three different phases. All right. They're going to go through all three different phases in so-called 10 years. All right. And like I said, the end of phase 1 ends in 2021, or they start phase 2 in 2021. So how is it that in 10 years, you're going to go through all three different phases of these damn androids, right? If you don't already have it now. So, listen carefully.
Is created, a robotic human copy controlled by thought via brain-computer interface. It becomes as popular as a car. In Russia and in the world appear, in testing mode, several breakthrough projects. Android robots to replace people in manufacturing tasks.
So, automated, if you want to go look into that, that's universal income. That's why they have the plan for giving everybody a damn paycheck, and they cutting all these damn jobs away and making things, so-called harder and harder to get work, because they ready to give everybody these damn robot jobs and things like that. That's why you're seeing these self-driving cars and things like that coming out. All right.
Android robot servants for every home. Thought-controlled avatars to provide telepresence in any place of the world and abolish the need for business trips.
Now that sounds far-fetched to have all of that by the end of 2020, right? And to have the new shit coming in by 2021. But when you think about it, damn near every house got a robot already in there, whether it be Alexa, your smartphone, Siri, so on and so forth. You can get all of that stuff out. That what you really need, we just not using it this way. You don't have to attend a business conference. You can do what? Voice video calls and things like that. We have it so-called a small scale. What we think of as a small scale and things like that. And it's so-called hidden in plain sight. But you don't realize that there's already AI and working. The stock market has been controlled by AI for years now. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of programming and Google and all that, YouTube, where your ads and all that. All that's been run by AI for the longest. All right. All that is about to be phased out, and we about to start a new phase in 2021. All right, and in reality, that's being phased out too. We going into phase 3 already, where they can just, transfer your shit straight across.
Flying cars. Thought-driven mobile communications built into the body or sprayed onto the skin.
Thought-driven capabilities that was, basically sprayed on the skin. All right, first of all, you see Facebook is like the first company that's about to start coming out to where advertising, you can set your new posts and everything like that by thought patterns. You can just think it and it'll automatically just update your statuses and stuff. All right, the new phones is coming out, not the 5G phones, which those ain't even really being advertised, but the phones after the 5G phones. All right, these phones are going to be controlled like that. All right, and they got those phones packaged and ready to go already. All right, but they got to roll out the 5G phones first to make it seem like, okay, they came out first. It's the first round of them. Some of them are kind of shitty, whatever, whatnot, but here go the updated ones. All right, but they already got all this technology ready to go right now. All right, but then they talk about things that are sprayed on your skin. That's that computer brain interface that Elon Musk is talking about getting to be able to connect this chip into your body. All right, the thing that's being sprayed on you, what you see in these chemtrails, one of the byproducts of all of that is Morgellons disease. Look into Morgellons diseases, nanotechnology, nanorobots, self-replicating systems, and design systems inside your body. All right, Morgellons disease. Some people pronounce it Morgellons. It's not a sickness or anything like that. This is what they're talking about right here. Things sprayed onto your skin. All right, this is why one of the reasons why they spraying chemtrails. All right, one of the reasons why.
2020 to 2025.
So again, like I said, all the way up to 2021, that's the end of that phase. Now we going from 2020 to 2025. This is from this day today. It's only 6 years from now. All right. Now they talking about having flying cars before they even start going from 20, at the end of 2020. All right. And you ain't seen a flying car quite yet. You see what I'm saying?
Autonomous system providing life support for the brain and allowing it interaction with the environment is created. The brain is transplanted into an Avatar B.
The brain transplanted into an Avatar B. Basically, you can cut the damn brain out and put it into this robot by 2025 in 6 years. You see what I'm saying?
Avatar B. Man receives new, expanded life. 2025. The new generation of avatars provides complete transmission of sensations from all 5 sensory robot organs to the operator. 2030.
Now, after 6 years from now, they're going to go into the third phase. That's what I'm telling you. This is not that far off. So you can't tell me they're going to be testing phase 1, phase 2, and be ready to move to phase 3 all in 6 years, 6 to 7 years. They already got plan B or plan C ready to go right now. This is the end goal with them.
To 2035, Rebrain. The colossal project of brain reverse engineering is implemented. World science comes very close to understanding the principles of consciousness. 2035. The first successful attempt to transfer one's personality to an alternative carrier. The epoch of cybernetic immortality begins.
That's when they basically, download, how they say it, download your soul into the damn computer, right? This is what Barack Obama was talking about in the 2010 Brain Initiative program. They had sold it for patients with Alzheimer's. If you wanted to keep your memory and stuff like that, they could download it and play it back to you so you would never forget it. Then they said, well, shit, since we got it, if you die, we could download part of your consciousness into this. You don't never have to lose one of your loved ones. You see what I'm saying? How they, setting it up to advertise it. But this was the end goal to begin with.
2040 to 2050. Bodies made of nanorobots that can take any shape. Arise alongside hologram bodies.
Nanorobots and holographic bodies. You see what I'm saying?
2045 to 2050. Drastic changes in social structure and in scientific and technological development. All the prerequisites for space expansion are established. For the man of the future, war and violence are unacceptable. The main priority of his development is spiritual self-improvement. A new era dawns. The era of neo-humanity.
Right. So that was Agenda 2045. Like I said, I'm going to put some other videos up on here. But if you noticed, like I said, they got to the third phase by 2035. You know what I'm saying? So they ready to go with all this. These numbers sound kind of high up and far out from now. But like I said, 6 years from now, we're going to be already ending in phase 2 in 2025. All right. We only 1 more year is 2020. 5 years from that, simple math. All right.
If they know what that means.
Well, for San Diego, it means the use of data and technology to improve decision making and create better lives for people.
Say San Diego is in the process of installing Current by GE smart sensors in 4,200 of the city's streetlights.
We just installed one of the City IQ nodes, and that is the optical, auditory, and environmental sensor. And in fact,
they got 3 sensors. They keep using the word sensors, all right? Now, these sensors are actually cameras, microphones, and then they can, measure the temperature outside, all right?
Sensors in each light.
3 sensors in one with a cellular connection just like your cell phone. So
There it is right there, video from the street light, all right? Now, what they're not telling you is this is what this 5G receiver can do. It's not just a street light. These are what all these 5G receivers, the ones that they're going to put in your house and everything. They're going to be able to watch you from this, all right? Just like your TVs.
Oh, the device status is good. It's up and running.
It's part of the city's climate action plan to increase mobility and lower emissions.
So what you're looking at here is one of our adaptive traffic signal systems.
Duncan Hughes is San Diego's senior traffic engineer.
They also have them in the street, the red lights, all right?
The adaptive signals are the smartest signals you can get. They exchange information and they change the signal timing on a second-by-second basis.
So can the traffic signals and the streetlights work together in any ways?
Yeah, so that's kind of the long-term vision.
According to Maxim Pechersky, the city's chief data officer, the upgraded streetlights are able to count pedestrians, cars, even
They can count pedestrians and cars. Like I said, they're watching you, all right?
monitor climate conditions like temperature and humidity.
Streetlights are awesome and they're a great data source, right? So are a bunch of our other databases. And really it's about making something work better and more efficient. And I think that's what being a smart city is all about.
How much is technology factoring into a way to improve urban life?
I think it's a huge part of the conversation. Lives, but they haven't really answered questions about what's going to happen to that data, right? Who's going to get to hang on to it? And given that, this is a relative of Google that makes its money off of our data, I think there's some really legitimate concerns there.
I have to think, though, that there are people out there that think Big Brother is now watching from those streetlights. What do you say to them?
Yeah, well, think about this. That rewards card that you swipe at a store, the search that you do on the internet is telling people.
They do tell you where you at, where you was shopping, what time you was there, but your debit cards and stuff like that, they're not sitting there watching you with a video feed and all of that extra stuff that these streetlights is doing, all right? You choose, when you go inside a store, you know that when you swipe that card, it's going to tell that you was there. However, if you just walking down a damn street, you know what I'm saying, walking your dog, minding your business, now they just watching all the things that you're doing, not just you. You could be texting somebody or whatever, whatnot. They're reading your whole text, Your debit card ain't doing that.
A whole lot more about you and your preferences than a streetlight ever could and would. And so we use analytics from the information to really protect people's personal data and information, but provide the services that we know a smart city needs.
And while privacy concerns aren't going away, neither is the technology.
So the next big horizon, I think, for us is how do we take the underserved neighborhoods, those that have the most difficult issues?
Underserved, most difficult issues. They speaking on Jake's neighborhoods, all right? They want to focus this, making sure that the Israelites get these devices around them.
How can smart connected technology help improve your lives? Because if you forget about the people, you've missed what it is to be smart.
That's a really good point. Yeah, those are the two big things. The privacy concerns, obviously, but also you have to bring this to people who are not at the wealthiest level. They're trying to do that.
Not at the wealthiest level. See, again, the key point is making sure Jake get this, all right? If it was up only, if this was something to come up on, they'd be like, not only the elites is getting this, we're going to hide this from Jake. But no, they want to make sure Jake get this, all right?
Just how smart is your city? Chances are it's getting smarter by the year. Many governments around the globe are racing to infuse technology into just about every aspect of its city's operations. And I mean every part, including public transportation, IT connectivity, water and power supply, sanitation and solid waste management, efficient urban mobility, e-governance, and citizen participation.
Now, just imagine, like the scriptures say, that no man might buy or sell. Again, when you have these smart cities and you have to have access to certain things, it might not just be that you can't buy or sell. They got water. What happens if you can't so-called pay your water bill or, let's say, activate the water in your house? You see what I'm saying? And they just turn it off. All right, power supply, they don't have to necessarily come out and do this and do that. You don't so-called pay your bills, or as you'll see in other videos, they have a social thing, like a social rating system. So if you don't go according to them, all right, then you get a negative score. All right. And according to them, they wicked. So if you don't want to, let's say, if they say stop reading the Bible, and they give you so many negative scores and that you can't access the water in your house, not even that you have to go to the store to go bottle water. You just can't even access the water in your house or open your refrigerator.
And it does this using every buzzword imaginable, from big data to the Internet of Things. So how does a smart city work? Let's look at 3 examples. Here in Singapore, the city-state might be the gold standard of the most extensive effort to collect data on daily living. The government is now deploying systems that can tell when people are smoking in prohibited zones or littering from high-rise housing.
And the reason, I'll show a different system of how they can see such things so small, throwing a piece of paper out of the window or something as small as a cigarette from as far up. Like I said in a different video, I'll show you how far up these cameras are, but how good an accuracy they have. They can pretty much see a dime on the ground and read it.
Singapore launched its own Smart Nation program in 2014 and will add more cameras like these so the government can effectively monitor crowd density, cleanliness of public spaces, and even the exact movement of every locally registered vehicle. Much of the data it's collecting will be fed into an online platform called Virtual Singapore that gives the government access to how the city is functioning in real time. It could help.
Now, if you want to see the same system in the American version, or the American name of it is called Palantir. I did a video on that not too long ago where you had King Salman, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Donald Trump all touching this little orb. All right, the Palantir orb. All right, it's an AI computer brain basically that monitors and connects all these different systems together. All right.
The government predict how crowds might react to an explosion in a shopping mall, or how infectious disease might spread. Over in Dubai, more than 50 smart services from 22 government entities have been rolled out as part of the government's Smart Dubai initiative. Using the government-provided app Dubai Now, you can do things like pay a speeding ticket, which likely captured you on a public camera and then emailed you the ticket directly. You can also...
Now, you see that as small as a little a ticket, but what happens again? Like we read examples in the scriptures about, in 1 Maccabees chapter 1, how they talk about what Antiochus trying to get rid of the scriptures and things like that. They was burning the Bibles that they found and killing the people that they had with them. All right. And hey, ain't no difference in this day. All right. It's going to be a time like never before. Like we read about in Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble. All right. So as you see these little things, they only showing you small little minor things. Oh, yeah, it'll just email you a ticket if you, get caught speeding on one of these cameras. No need to pull you over, nothing like that, so on and so forth, So, hey, man, you got to, just understand they're going to have complete control over everything. All right.
So use the same app to pay your electric bill, call a taxi, track a package you sent to your friend, find the nearest ATM.
Again, no man might buy or sell, say if he didn't have the mark. If you don't have these systems, you're not going to be able to do all this. This is just one app where they didn't incorporated, your vehicle registration, your electric bills. You can get taxis, track packages, report a problem like the new police, find an ATM. They're going to have so many more different things on there. If you look around nowadays, you got I know like the grocery store out where we at, I got an ad the other day saying that they now deliver. You can order your stuff on the app and they deliver, same with Amazon. Everything is already going to these systems now. We don't do things like how we used to do things back in the day. You don't really leave your house to go do anything. And then when you do, you're not really spending cash. Everything is a digital transaction, which can all be done through one single portal, basically. And that's where they come into now. They're trying to make a so-called singularity with all these different systems. And it's going to be the RFID chip in the mark of the beast, your tracking system that's going to ping you into this here system. All right.
Your vehicle registration, track the visa status of a relative, and report a violation to the Dubai police. Now head over to Barcelona, where one research firm estimates the city will save billions of dollars a year in energy costs just by installing smart systems like these. Number 1, smart streetlights. Public lighting that adapts and dims when there's no activity but brightens up when sensors detect motion. The second, parking sensors. Instead of driving in circles looking for a spot to park, drivers can get real-time information on an app which locates free parking spots. Sensors on the street curb use lighting and metal detectors to know if a parking spot or loading area is occupied. And finally, garbage sensors, which are actually compact drop-off containers which have a vacuum network through pipes which sucks up trash below ground. The automated waste collection not only lowers noise pollution from garbage trucks, but also lowers costs and keeps bad odor away. Juniper
Now, we will touch on in another video what they call the carrot and the stick. Basically, this is what you're seeing. They're showing you all the rewards. You know, you get the carrot, but it's a fake trick, you know. But if you don't, you get the stick. You know, if you don't have this chip, you're not going to be able to buy or sell or enter in any of these things. Like I said, it's more or less like a authentication token. You know, if you can't, you own your house or whatever, you think you own your house, but you can't get past the damn electronic door lock to get in the house or get in your car, start your car, you know, to do anything inside your house, man, you're going to be, hey, your ass is grass, man.
Research estimates that by 2021, cities will save nearly $19 billion by making their cities smart. But of course, to save money, sometimes you have to spend it first. The global smart city market is estimated to attract $15 billion by 2021, and that's just for software. So now companies from Microsoft to Cisco are aiming for a piece of it. In Singapore, Upton Saidi, CNBC.
Which was taken 17,500 feet above Quantico, Virginia, and covers 15 square miles. This whole image is at a very, very fine resolution. So if we wanted to know what is going on...
Now, this here is the Argus system, all right? This is the American version of basically the Mark of the Beast system in its first phase, one portion of it, all right? Now, this is just, again, one portion of this whole system because they also have ground sensors where they've been using this out in the Middle East, where they'll have rocks. Basically, all they need is these grain size, like sand grain size microchips spread all over the place, give it ground sensors, then they can shoot upwards and see things and also see downwards. All right. So, but you're going to see from this, portion of it, they're going to be looking downwards. Now they basically have a drone way up in the air looking down on this one, I think they said a 15-mile radius. As you can barely make out any buildings, you know, you can see some very large buildings, you know, you don't really think you can see much of anything, but watch how they zoom all the way in on this.
In any spot along this image, say near this building at this intersection, we can generate a moving image that shows what's going on in the area. Simply by touching the screen, Antoniadis has opened up a window showing a detailed area, while still maintaining the broader context. And everything that is a moving object is being automatically tracked. The color.
Everything that's a moving object is automatically tracked. Like I said, this is the American version of the system. I'll show you also the Chinese version of the same system, where they actually have basically an ID reader, i.e. the chip, to be able to write on there and tell you what, you know, more information on these people. As you'll see the difference here, they don't tell you who these people are, male, female, or whatever, whatnot. All right. They're just tracking all moving objects.
Boxes represent that the computer has recognized the moving objects. You can see individuals crossing the street. You can see individuals walking in parking lots. There's actually enough.
Now, they're going to zoom in, but just imagine, you know, let's say we know what Jacob's Trouble is coming around. You know, you're going to be, as pilgrims, you know, you're going to be running, you know, from place to place, right? So just imagine, all right, you trying to go down the damn street and the street lights is picking you up on camera, you know? Then they have these drones up in the air that's picking up every moving object, you know? Man, there's no way of escaping this, all right?
Resolution to be able to see the people waving their arms or walking around, what kind of clothes they wear. And you could pick the location of where you produce these images anywhere in the entire field of view. Antoniadis can open up to 65 windows at once and can see objects as small as 6 inches on the ground.
6 inches on the ground. All right, like I was saying earlier off in the video, the reason that they can pick up such small things like the trash falling from out of skyscrapers, like a piece of paper, or somebody smoking a cigarette, very small. They can see objects 6 inches off the ground. All right, so these are very high definition, high precise cameras that they use and high sensors and everything, man. All right, this is why the scripture say he calls it all, both small and great, free and bond, rich and poor. Hey, man, nobody really gonna be able to escape this. All right, save the elect.
Even 17,500 feet, the white thing that you see flying around is a bird. Argus streams live to the ground and also stores everything. 1 million terabytes of video a day, which is the equivalent of
1 million terabytes in a 24-hour span time of time, you know? So just think about that. I think they're going to tell you how many hours that is of video that they done got in a 24-hour span, in which they can rewind all of this and play it all back in real time. So just think about that as far as backtracking a person or tracking somebody.
5,000 hours of high-definition footage. So you can go back and say, I would like to see what happened at this particular location 3 days, 2 hours, 4 minutes ago, and it would actually show you exactly what happened as if you were watching it live.
To create the world's highest definition camera, Antoniades needed to design a new imaging chip. But DARPA...
Now, they're going to go into the little chip, but nevertheless, let's go into some of that, basically the Mark of the Beast technology they got going on. All this is being provided by what? Those RFID chips and tags and sensors and things like that, all right? So we're going to go on to the next video.
Cameras record them.
This is the Chinese system of the same system.
In some of China's largest cities, a high-tech effort is underway to bust low-level offenders.
To bust low-level offenders. Man, it better get way worse than that. But as you can see here in this here image, all right, and they'll tell you that they have all these different things, marked out about these people. Why? Because they're not reading just moving objects. They're reading inside these moving objects. They're reading a tag, some kind of tag that has the information already stored on all the information on that tag, all right? I.e. the Mark of the Beast chip. That chip is basically an identification tag that's going to hold all this here information, whereas the system going to be able to pick up and read from it and track it, all right?
Jaywalkers. Cameras record them going through intersections, zero in on their face, and then publicly shame them on nearby video screens. It's all part of the Chinese government's new social credit system, where people's daily behavior is monitored and rated. I think it's a good thing, this woman said. It makes people more honest. But this social credit rating goes far beyond a traditional credit score, which is based on your finances. China's version factors in everything from jaywalking to smoking on trains to buying too many video games.
So, jaywalking, smoking on trains, and buying too many video games. These are the examples that they used. Jaywalking, that Jake walking is what that shit is. Crossing the street where those little things ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. Smoking on trains. That shit, well, for one, it is dangerous. And it is, how do we say, not an inconvenience. This is a pestilence or whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, come on now. Buying too many video games. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, you could use this for that. But how about we test this on the governmental officials first, see how corrupt they are, what their social credits are. All right, because there's way more bigger problems. Out of these three things, smoking on trains is like the biggest thing that could cause some real kind of harm. Yeah, you polluting people's bodies. You could set the train on fire and so on and so forth. Jaywalking, your ass might get hit by a car, but if you can't cross the street without getting hit by a car, that might be your fault, right? Buying too many video games, you know, your kids might starve because you got a junkie addiction, but nevertheless, let's look at these governments. Or y'all wrongfully bombing people, lying to people, doing so on and so forth. What would your credit rating score be? Where would you be at? Let's test this out on them first before we come trying to clean up jaywalker, smoking on train, and buying too many video games. The world not going to end because people was jaywalking and buying too many video games and smoking on trains and shit like that. That's not, you know, you don't see in the news, well, we had a train crash, train caught on fire, too many people were smoking on trains. You know, here in America, I don't think that they even got that nowhere here, you know. So if they could do it here in America to stop you from smoking on trains, you could use the same thing without using this technology over there. All right. But nevertheless, the point is being, why not test this out on the politicians first?
Your score gets too low, you can be banned from buying plane tickets, renting a house, or getting a loan.
Basically, get your ass into a FEMA camp, your ass locked down. Oh, you can't participate in this here system. Just like the scriptures say, no man gonna be able to buy or sell save he that have the mark. All right. If they deem that you got a so-called low credit score because why? You believe into the scriptures. You know, look up FunVax, all right, or the VMAT 2. You know, look that up on the types of things that they doing and what they willing to do to people that believe into this truth. All right, they got chemical warfare for your ass. All right, let alone that they gonna have a social rating like in China, they can't read the Bible over there. All right, so imagine when they implement this in other places like America and they set forth their rules, not necessarily what's good and what's bad, but what they see is good and bad from their perspective. Man, we talking about people that we know tortured, bomb, kill, eat people, all kind of crazy shit. You talking about these people being the moral police and policing what you doing. You not doing nothing on their level. Yeah, you might see Jake in the hood stealing this and stealing that, but they don't see no Jake stealing the whole country and killing everybody in the country for the shit. All right.
Nearly 15 million people have already been prevented from traveling.
15 million people prevented from traveling. Imagine that. We looking for 144,000 of the elect. All right. Just think about that. All right. Now we know what this whole deal is. This is Esau, you know, trying to implement his system. All right. Coming against Jake at the end, the elect of Jake. All right. Because 2/3 is already a lost cause.
Journalist Leo Hu is one of them. He recently tried to book a flight but was told he couldn't because he was on the list of untrustworthy people. I can't buy property. My child can't go to private school, he says. You feel like you're being controlled.
He can't buy or sell, say if he have the mark. All right. Now, right now, they just got a social credit score. He didn't just got. They might have the chip over there already implemented, and they, he didn't already lost out all the way. Ain't no telling what he lost out by doing so-called bad. Homeboy could have been buying a bunch of video games. He might have been a billionaire, or have a whole lot of money, ain't got shit else to do but play video games for him and his son. Or he might be a video game and people who make videos on video games and get paid off of that. That might be his shit. He might review video games, whatever. Who knows what the hell he done? But nevertheless, he can't buy property, can't travel, can't send his kids to a certain type of school. And it's just the beginnings of it. All right. But nevertheless, you can't, travel. You can't leave. You see, oh, I don't like this shit. I'm just about to bounce. No, you can't do that. You can't buy property. All right. So when they tell you, look, you can't get housing nowhere, your ass just homeless. You cast out of society off rip. They just throwing you out there just to die. All right. You can't get a job. There'll be a point in time, it'll be a short time till he just starved to death. All right.
By the list all the time.
It can recognize more than 4,000 vehicles.
Chinese technology firms such as SenseTime are helping the government effort by developing advanced cameras that use artificial intelligence to track just about everything.
Again, look into Palantir. All right, that's the American version of it. Palantir. Palantir.
This knows every person, every bike, every car, every bus that goes through the frame.
You can tell whether it is a...
He calls it all, both small and great. All right, you hear they even got the damn vehicles tracked. All right,
adult, a child, a male or female.
Police in Beijing have been wearing these glasses that can recognize faces linked to the government's national database.
Now, what they showing there is the Google glasses, right? You seen that, but also another part of the Argus system. All right, that's the I just showed you one portion of that. They also have a system like this where they use in the so-called medical fields where they can put these glasses on and see through the skin at surgery and see, a whole digital imagery of what your spinal cord is supposed to look like and how to perform the surgery. You know what I'm saying? So they can use the same technology to see through walls and things like that. So like how they showing here, the police can identify people by their face. They can also see through walls and everything else like that. All right, with all the same technology.
Help boost arrests. How advanced is this technology?
This is cutting edge.
Wu Fei is CEO of a company that makes the glasses. He claims he doesn't know how the government intends to use his technology.
I have no idea.
Really?
Yes.
Do you trust the government the way they're using your technology?
Sorry, I can't answer this.
You can't answer that?
This is the outside our scope of...
He can't answer if he trusts his own government. Just imagine that.
Questions.
The fear, of course, is that the government may use this social credit scoring system to punish people that it deems not sufficiently loyal to the Communist Party. And trying to clear your name or fight your score is nearly impossible because there is no real due process.
All right, and this here, this will probably be the last one, but in this here portion, it's going to show you, like I was saying about the carrot and the stick trick, basically how they going to get people to basically beg and ask for this here technology to be implemented. All right, the carrot and the stick, they're going to break it down for you, but what you don't realize is, the carrot and stick, man, is the dude on the horse got the fishing pole looking thing with the carrot in front of the horse trying to get the carrot the whole time. He don't realize he carrying the horse or carrying the carriage, and the dude driving him wherever he want to go. All he sees is the carrot in front of him. It's just right in front of me. All I got to take is a few steps to get it, but the thing about it is he don't realize, and if he don't try to go get it, he gonna get beat. That's what they're gonna explain. But what he don't realize is that the carrot is a false illusion. That's not a real reward. The person that's really getting the reward is the person that you don't see, that's behind the scenes, that's in the carriage, that's steering and driving the whole operation. All you see is the carrot in front of you. All you see is the so-called reward. Ooh, the goodies. You don't see that you being sucked dry from something, i.e. Facebook. All you see is, I can reap all these rewards and see my friends and upload this and upload that, but you don't see that somebody is behind that with the carrot and all that, getting all your information, stockpiling these databases of all your information. You don't realize that you giving them all your information. You talking about something, they hacked into my stuff and stole all of my information. Nah, anybody that was associated with you on your whatever social media site, they got all your information off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you gave it to them. You see what I'm saying? So let's just watch a little bit of this here video.
We're supposed to exercise,
Do you want to put this on my phone, please?
eat well, and get enough sleep.
Earning points is simple, easy, and fun.
Now the Carrot Rewards app is ready to give you something for every healthy effort you make.
Completing a quiz.
Points that you can use for groceries, movies, even flights.
It seems like a good idea, rewarding people for their good behavior, I guess.
Simple as Jake to sell this shit. It sounds like a good idea. See, this what Babylon do to you, man. That's why the scriptures say, flee out of the midst of her, you know, or be not partakers of her sin. All right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this ain't your rest. All right. It's polluted and it's going to destroy you. All right. You want to be resting over here. Look at it. Look at Jake all up drunk off that Babylon juice. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to reward you for good behavior. Just like the insurance commercials, man. Yeah. Save now for your good driving history. You know, get rewarded for good driving history. But what they not telling you, but what's also implied is you're going to be punished for bad driving history. All right. But again, you have to understand who's these people that's in control of this stuff. The same people who be stealing stuff, same people who we could just go lied about weapons of mass destruction, killed up a whole lot of people based on the law for them to benefit. How much more when they dealing for you? You got something that they need, your resources, all right, or your soul basically to go get their resources, all right?
Yeah, sure, especially if you could turn into travel rewards and shopping, that sounds great. So if I'm going to make healthy choices already, why not then get more benefits out of it too?
Now, what happens when they start telling you that a healthy choice is eating governmental GMO food that they didn't came up with, or some poisonous ass shit that you know is killing your ass? All right, but right now everything is all fine and dandy. You think that, you know, like the scriptures say, victuals shall be so cheap they're gonna think to themselves in a good case. Right now, not necessarily saying victuals is cheap, but everything is in a good situation. Oh yeah, they got all these rewards and everything like that. Right now they living in the sense that, oh man, the government and everybody's just coming out giving me all these things so I can benefit. All these things are for my benefit. No, it's not for your benefit. It's for their benefit and your demise.
The app's founders partnered with government to create Carrot Rewards. Founders partnered with government to create Carrot Rewards.
It's a very rare occasion, but I'm showing you a page from Wikipedia, and I want to show you a phrase. This is a phrase I heard an awful lot down south and out west. It's called the carrot and the stick. And it's an idiom that refers to a policy of offering a combination of rewards and punishment. So the carrot is the reward, and if you don't go for the carrot, well, you end up getting the stick. And as you can see, the stick is shaped exactly like a baseball bat. So it's either you take the carrot and everything is fine because we're the ones offering the carrot, or we'll back it up with the stick. Well, why am I showing you this? Because I'm going to show you this.
And he's basically going to go back into that the Chinese system that I was just showing you about, their social credit system. But like I said, man, I just wanted to showcase, you know, how all these technologies is right here, you know, and they're implementing them right now. You know, we living in that time right here, right now. This ain't going to be all far off or whatever, whatnot. All right. So as we measuring the time diligently, you know, we know what's the most important at this point in time now, you know, making sure that we, you know, we straight with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We doing our due diligence to make our calling and our election sure. You know, we doing our due diligence to make sure that the sheep is fed, you know what I'm saying, and building them up, you know what I'm saying? And we, you know, we also making sure that we just doing everything that we need to be doing to basically make our calling and our election sure, man. It's no time to be bullshitting, you know, doing nothing, you know, that's not really edifying or building nobody up at this point in time, man, because it's go time right now. And if you can't see that, and if, you know, you still stuck on something else, man, you need to examine yourself to see if you in the truth, man. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. A salutation and much love for you. I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Stay strong. Shalom.